when you think about goals in your life? Because, and I know a lot of involves with our ministry. What are some goals you set for your life?
Well, I'm currently in the car business, so I've been doing that for 20-some years, and I'm pretty comfortable where I'm at. But at one point, I would like to retire. I would like to pick up some sort of a hobby. I don't know why. But I'm like you. I don't really particularly enjoy fishing or hunting or whatever. But
I just started interviewing people.
maybe that's what I do.
I mean, I was nothing wrong with it. And cooking. I do cook.
But I've got to get myself in better shape. I do have to do that. And then I got to balance my time. I've been trying to do better than what I've done. Right. And I have to balance my time so to spend more time with my kids and all the grandkids and just try to enjoy them.
Enjoy them, man.
Sure.
Enjoy them, but you don't want them around all the time.
No.
I mean, you know, I got people I talk to that, I could just keep them all the time. I said, no. I mean, mine lives next to me. One of my grandsons lives next to me. And even my grandson, we work out every morning together. I take him home and drop him off.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I mean, I like them and everything, but I don't want to keep them all the time.
Yeah.
I see people say that. Do you say that? I just love them. I could just spend all my week.
I'm kind of like my dad. My dad was like, visiting hours is over at 9 o'clock.
I do the same thing. I'll go pick their jackets up. You know what I mean? You know, pick their jackets up or start moving stuff around, you know, and saying, okay, really? When y'all come on back, you know?
Yeah.
I find myself liking it quiet, or sometimes I like it to get quiet. I like it too. But I love having them, man. I enjoy them, but I enjoy them preacher cookies, but too many will kill you.
That's true.
but when you think of goals in your life, to one day retire, one day do it. And just because you retire don't mean you quit doing something.
No.
I mean,
no. I'd like to have more time in ministry. My job I work now is very time consuming. I get home late at night and leave early in the morning, and so I don't have a lot of time to go to nursing homes, to visit people, to do things that a pastor needs to do. So I definitely.
Well, it's hard to work like you work.
It is.
I mean, for a pastor, that's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it's hard sometimes to have a church, to pastor a church that can cause you to not to have to work like that.
Right.
Okay, because it takes money to live.
Sure.
In the end, you either have to adjust the way you live or have more money.
Yeah.
You know, and I read a book on a guy one time that had he lived for 30 years off $130,000, and now he lived frugal. He lived in a camper part of the time and had this part of the time. But he said the biggest thing in his book he shared is you got to concentrate more on what goes out than what comes in.
Right.
And that's the gist I got of it. What we do is try to get more in.
Sure.
Instead of looking at what goes out. That's the biggest thing. When my dad passed away, I sat down with my mom and I said, now let's see where your money's going.
Right.
You know, because Dad loved to make money. I mean, Dad didn't care nothing about no vacations or nothing like that. He was awkward as could be at the beach.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't care nothing about that, and he just didn't care nothing about it. You know, but you know, we began to look at things that are going out, and I said, you know, because Dad, let's get more in. He didn't care.
Right.
Let's get more in, and we would look at a lot. And I said, when I look at my life, we're always looking at what's going out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and seeing what's happening.